Maurizio, our gift to you. Maurizio.
Right, we are on the final stage. After we seen the production, how they get this beauty, grow, we need to use them. So we're doing 2 dishes today. Just tell me more about of these.
I'm being distracted by that fantastic stock and that smell. So, like the mushrooms we've got for you, and I know you're going to do something fabulous. We have shiitake mushrooms.
Yes.
We have brown oyster mushrooms.
Yes.
Yellow oyster mushrooms. Pink oyster mushrooms.
Yes.
And then something slightly different is the king oysters, white shimiji, brown shimiji, and a couple of wild mushrooms just to go back to the home and make you feel more at home. We have pied de mouton and yellow-footed chanterelle.
Brilliant.
And I know every one of those, you're going to do them justice.
So what we're going to do today, we're doing 2 dishes. One is mushroom in fricassee, which basically we saute the mushroom with a bit of garlic, shallot, salt, pepper and parsley. When they are cooked, we just do a vinaigrette with egg, olive oil and lemon, and toss it into it when the mushroom's still warm out of the pan with a piece of bread. That's perfect. That's a starter. As a main course, we got a stock in here with carrots, celery and onion, and we do a risotto with mushroom. A risotto has, well, I'm here from Milan, nearly Milan, so risotto I'm playing at home on that.
Okay,
I hope.
that sounds fabulous.
So what we're doing, we're gonna put oil, shallot and a whole piece of garlic, which we're gonna take out in a minute. As mushroom, I would like to use some of these in here. We just need fry the shallot a tiny bit, not much. I quite like the shallot in big pieces. I like the taste of them. I don't like either. I always think onion, when you cook the onion, either you leave it in big pieces or very, very tiny. I rather prefer to have in big pieces, especially if they are with mushroom. They just blend on a taste with them. And we just really take away a bit. I'm not even, well, tell me if I'm wrong. One of the biggest mistakes when you get in mushroom is to wash it under the tap water. That
really,
is,
we don't encourage it. But
no. Well, if it has to be done, it has to be done.
Yeah.
But I rather prefer to brush it or with a cloth.
Yeah, just
If
soft
it's enough
white
damp,
cloth.
or wipe
Yeah,
them.
so you're not taking on any extra
No,
water.
and if the
More
leg
flavour.
is too big, basically just scrape it off a tiny bit with the knife
Yeah, perfect.
without. We leave it in quite big pieces, so we're not going. Because remember, mushroom, they will lose 50% when they cook due to the water.
That's correct, yeah.
And so we really want salt. After we're gonna add some of this beauty. And we keep some of them for the risotto. We got the stock on, it's boiling nice and slowly. To do these dishes, they're very simple. People can replicate at home without many problems.
Perfect.
And that is the easiest part. I like the mushroom not too fine because they're gonna reduce so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't really like to have them
Yeah, you want that bite.
You want the bite, yes. That is to have the most beautiful. We're gonna do a loads of different mushrooms because I think Usually this is born, this dish, the mushroom in fricassee, from north of Italy especially, the born as a side dish. But I always say, a nice starter with a piece of toasted bread, with just a piece of bread. Nothing can go wrong with that. Nothing can go absolutely wrong with that.
Is this your creation or is this something?
Well, I try to have some
mother?
traditional traditional Italian recipe. I'm fan of the tradition, and what best to do a traditional Italian recipe with Lancashire product is what I call it the perfect marriage. And nothing can go wrong with this. It just, the smell of it is just beautiful.
It's that colour as well. It's just
The
bringing
color,
it out.
yeah, you need to have the color, the smell.
Sounding good as well.
Absolutely. You see, when we're doing the rice, there is a trick. The rice, before you add in the stock, you need almost to sound, you need to toast the rice very, very well. In this case, we're not adding any white wine because we're gonna add the vinaigrette after, yeah?
Yeah, not yet. Still sounding good. It's looking good.
It's looking good, it's sounding good. You know, sometimes people say, even when they pick some mushroom, oh, they may be poison. Well, mushroom is some kind of people, especially when you're getting old, the more difficult to digest. Yeah. That's why maybe they need to cook it a bit longer. There is no any reason to not eating mushroom. I think everybody, well, almost everybody. Like
yeah.
I love mushroom.
Well, they're missing out, aren't they? They're missing out on fabulous flavours.
Yeah, I just look the colour here. A bit more parsley, so we got fabulous color. And when we're doing the risotto, we will add the mushroom halfway through when it's cooked. Black pepper, so we put our mushroom, our shallot.
Right, go on.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, when would you serve this sort of dish? Would it be for a lunch or for an evening meal?
I would use it as a lunch or even as a starter or an evening meal, why not? One thing, remember to take away the garlic you put in it before do the dressing. That is almost ready. We can take the stock down a bit so it stays just warm. It only takes about half an hour to an hour to do a nice stock with it. Doesn't take much. Right. Now we need to go in very gently. On the same time, what we're doing is getting an egg yolk, salt, some lemon juice, black pepper, and olive oil. In this case I'm using coroncina, which is peppery oil, because I think it will blend very well with our mushroom. Basically doing our vinaigrette, which we're gonna put into the mushroom. Switching these off, and now we can blend our vinaigrette. And we can serve.
Looks fabulous.
Now the final touch, what I'm doing usually is, on the same pan we did the mushroom, tiny bit of oil, tiny bit of salt, and we toast in the bread. So it absorbs all the flavor. We toast in the bread, on the same pan we cook the mushroom, a bit of oil, a bit of salt, on a strong heat, and we got the bread. We got our bread on the side, drizzle of oil, some black pepper, and voila. The second round we're going to do a nice risotto. What the best to have lovely mushroom to do a risotto. We go shallot, which we're going to saute in a bit of extra virgin olive oil. We're using the variety Ascolana Dura this time, and I know some of you don't like it, but I like the old wooden spoon when I do the risotto. So saute the onion, and after when they are sauté, we put in the rice. Usually is as a portion, I would say, rather than doing gram, you do 2 pinch of risotto is a portion. Well, I do always a generous 2 pinch because I like risotto. So it's very important now, you see, when we're doing the risotto, we need to give a good toast to the rice. You need to be really good toasted, the rice. You can use butter. I rather prefer the oil, it keeps it lighter. So 1 and 2, we are more than 2 in here. So at this point we need to toast all the rice until it just almost squeak in the pan. All the grain is separate and it's go a nice. There is few steps we cannot jump when we're doing risotto, and this is one of the most important. The other one is to have hot stock. It can be meat stock, vegetable stock, it can be beef, chicken or vegetable. I rather prefer to use it with vegetables. So, well, in this case we go the olive oil instead of butter, and we go vegetarian, vegan dish if we don't add any grana padano or parmigiano. So when the rice is toasted, you see all the grain, the nice toasted, and they're all separate.
It's separated now, yeah, that's right.
They're all separated. On this point, we can add the wine. And let the wine evaporate before adding the stock. We're gonna add the mushroom halfway through. We need the wine, let the wine to get absorbed into the risotto, into the rice completely, and after we'll add the stock.
Do you have a favourite wine for that?
Usually a dry, medium dry white wine, that will be perfect, yes. That will be perfect. So is, well, I quite like the red wine when I'm cooking just because I'm drinking it. So nothing to do with the risotto, but you know, always use wine when you're cooking, and I'll take it literally, so it's fine. So can you see now it's almost absorbed. So we got our nice and hot stock in here. We can start to add our vegetable stock. And let the risotto cook gently. At the same time, we can cook our mushroom. Again, we got some beautiful wild mushroom in here. It's going to cook. Remember to stir your rice. Our mushroom. Bit more stock, and let your risotto to cook. We add one ladle of stock at a time. Seasoning, bit of parsley, keep your risotto stirring.
So what's the trick with risotto to getting it to stand and it all be still cooked just right?
Yeah, it needs to be all'onda. Risotto, I show you all'onda. That is almost cooked, yeah?
Yep.
Risotto doesn't have to stand, it needs to be all'onda. Now I show you when we do the mantecatura what all'onda is. Mantecatura, it may bring air into the risotto.
That's what
So you can do it with butter or with oil. I rather prefer when it's mushroom to do it with extra virgin olive oil and grana padano, parmigiano reggiano. That what we do. We take away from the heat. There you go. Bit of oil. That what is called mantecatura. So grana padano. And we incorporate that. We got the risotto all'onda. Basically, it needs to be like a wave. You see, come back.
Yeah, I like that. I like that trick. I've got that in the memory bank now.
Have you?
I have. Yeah. Well, we would normally do Parmigiano afterwards on top.
No,
but now
no,
I know
no,
it's
no,
in
no.
it. There's the trick. There's the trick.
And nice risotto. Buon appetito. That is the perfect risotto. While they're eating, I can tell that.
The mushrooms.
Good. I know. It's a bit cheeky.
Best ingredients make the best risottos.
Mm?